And we're back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast, bringing you our third segment, which is going to be talking about our 21 to 30 portion of these power rankings. So yeah, just did numbers 1 to 20, and we'll be doing now 21 to 30 to wrap it up here. So yeah, not as exciting of teams, of course, as these teams are not the greatest, but still a lot of talent here, and still want to talk about them, so still be sure to stay tuned. Number 21 here, I have the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays have been one of the biggest disappointing teams all year. They still have a lot of talent. It's just about the fact of putting it together. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is having a really, really great season. But other than that, really no one is performing up to standards. George Springer's been really bad. Bo Bichette's not been great. Pitching staff, which is usually pretty sturdy and great, has kind of underperformed as well. Bullpen's not all there. So still a lot to like about this Blue Jays team, just talent-wise. But they just have to put it together, and they have to just come together as a team to end up winning. Just overall, again, have been very disappointing, and just such a theme that I thought had such big hopes for a little while now, but it's very clear that those will not come true. And I've said multiple times in the show now, whenever we're talking about the Blue Jays or something involved with them, I do think it's time for a little bit of a retool with this core. I just don't think this core is winning anything. So yeah, we'll have to see about that. But 21 here, and definitely a disappointment. At 22, I have the Tampa Bay Rays, who are a team that I have very close with the Blue Jays, both underperforming AL East teams in 4th and 5th, so you can put them any way you want, but I think these are the two clear... Sorry about that. The two clear choices here for number 21 and 22. I think both these teams, again, are in a similar realm, as both have a lot of talent, being in the AL East, but just have not been able to put it together for whatever circumstances. I give the Rays a little bit of more credit, as they... a little more slack, I should say, as there's a lot of injuries going on with them this year, with some of their pitchers being out, like Jeffrey Springs and Shane McClanahan. Of course, you had a blow to your shortstop position with the Juan Franco situation. So, overall, there still is a lot to like about this Rays team, like guys like Randy Arozarena, Isaac Paredes, Yandy Diaz, but all those guys really have not performed up to their standards as well. So, just not a recipe for a great Rays team this year, and it just doesn't seem like this is their year. 23 here, I have a team like the Blue Jays and the Rays that has really underperformed this year after thinking they could be a really fantastic team, and that is the Houston Astros. Now, the Astros made noise today as they released first baseman Jose Abreu within the second year of a 3-year contract, which I'll be talking about as my 5th segment, so I'm not going to go too deep into that, but of course we do have to mention it at this point. So, yeah, the Astros talked about it a few times on the show as well, just so much injuries that have happened with them. I mean, they have basically an entire pitching rotation that's really good on the injured list. Your real ace right now is 40-year-old Justin Verlander, who at some point is going to get injured again. Just when you're that old, it's going to happen. So, other than that, the bullpen's been really lackluster, with Ryan Pressly now living up to his standards, blowing a big game in San Francisco before. Josh Hader, the same thing. Now, I watched the San Francisco game live on MLB Network, and that was a real crusher, so that really was bad there. But other than that, the offense hasn't been as amazing either. You've had some better performance there, especially, again, at your first base position, where when you have a position that's there just to hit, really no defense matters. It's been a real big blow to them, so that's really hurt. So overall, a lot of flaws with this Astros team, and definitely be interested to see what they do at the deadline, and just overall for the rest of the season. But stay tuned again. They're involved in our 5th segment, so if you want to hear more about that, please stay tuned for that. At number 24 here, I have the New York Mets. The Mets had a great win last night, hitting a walk-off off one of the best closers in baseball in Tanner Scott. JD Martinez somehow hit his first walk-off home run in his career. He's been in the league for a million years, it seems like, and this is his first walk-off home run. Pretty crazy. So overall, though, that's a really nice win, building momentum, but they have done better as of recently, splitting a series with the Diamondbacks, splitting a series with the Phillies in London, sweeping the Nationals, now winning a series against the Marlins. So big test coming up here against the Padres for 3 in Queens. A very good Padres team that is exciting, and it'll be a big test here to face them. They're facing a knuckleballer tonight, so that should be interesting. And yeah, big series coming up for them. But again, the thing with the Mets is just consistency. They have the talent to be one of the best teams in baseball. It's just about the talent, figuring out that they're talented and playing up to their standards. I mean, Jeff McNeil has just been an absolute disaster for this team. At some point, they might have to think about trading him and eating all of his contract just to get him off the team. Marte's been heating up as of recently, though. So is Lindor. Alonso's been Nimmo's been So Hoping those guys can get better. Rotation is still awaiting Uncode saying a long-awaited return, so that's still something that is important as well. So overall, just a lot to think about here for this Mets team. Just consistency is the name of the game at this point, and that's what you're really hoping can happen so far. At number 25, I have the Washington Nationals, who are actually above the Mets in the NL East, but I think the Mets are a better team at this point with them sweeping them and just being better as of recently. The Nationals do have a lot of talent. Their pitching rotation has been better than I expected with guys like Mitchell Parker, Jake Irvin really showing up and being good. You also, of course, have Mackenzie Gore and Josiah Gray, who are going to be franchise stars for a long time. So you have that. You have a nice young hitting core in the minor leagues that is going to come up eventually. So a lot to like here about this Nationals team. Just I think it's a year early for them. I think next year we may be looking at them as a team who is going to be young and finally, living up to their potential. So excited to watch them for next year, but just for this year, it's mainly about seeing what players are going to stick or not. And yes, they've been better, but still not a contender really. And I think 25 is the right place for them here. 26, I have the Angels. The Angels are really bad. Without Mike Trout, they're even worse. Nothing else to exactly say here. And yeah, I think that they aren't good. There's not many good players on this team. And, they'll have a good deadline trading guys like Brandon Drury, Tyler Anderson, Taylor Ward. But that's kind of it. And that's all you can really ask for here if you're an Angels fan. Not much to really appreciate here right now. 27, I have the A's. The A's are only at 27 and not 28, 29, or 30 because of Mason Miller. He's fantastic, has become the best closer in baseball in a short amount of time. Brent Rooker's also fantastic, so it's kind of just those two guys having so much talent. Maybe those two probably have more talent than the rest of these three teams combined, so that's kind of why they are here at number 27. But still, they're really bad. The organization is in a really bad position right now as well, so yeah, not much to like, and that's about it. Number 28 here, I have the Miami Marlins. Miami Marlins are really bad. They've traded a lot of players because they're bad, and they're going to continue to get worse once the trade deadline is gone. Not much else to say there, man. I mean, they're really, really bad, and that's kind of it. So, yeah, Marlins here at number 28. I don't like this team, and I think they're bad. No, it shouldn't really be that surprising here. Number 29, I have the Colorado Rockies. They have Ryan McMahon. He's pretty good. Yeah, they have the 3rd overall pick in the draft. That's cool. But no, they're bad. Yeah, they're really, really bad. So it's kind of it. And the White Sox are even worse. They're at number 30. White Sox to me are clearly the worst team in the MLB. I think that they're a special level of bad, I should say. Definitely, they're a special level of bad right now. They're going to get a nice trade deadline haul if they decide to trade Luis Robert. We'll also be able to trade Garrett Crochet and Tommy Pham, Michael Kopech as well. So that'll be fun for them, but that'll really be the only good moment of the season. Maybe when Colson Montgomery comes up, they'll be exciting, but yeah, they're bad. Drew Thorpe is really good. He's a young prospect, young pitcher. So he's going to be a big part of your team. So that's nice. But yeah, this White Sox team is horrible and not much to like here. So yeah. So that is it for our 3rd segment here. Sorry if it went a little faster. Just these teams are really horrible and there's not much to talk about sometimes with them. So yeah, moving into our 4th segment, which is going to be talking about... that's not it, right? There we go. We're going to this. So yeah, there we go. Our MLB mock draft here. The MLB mock draft, not mock, sorry. The MLB mock draft done by MLB Pipeline. Just going over it and giving my thoughts on it. So yeah, we'll see you after the break. So before that, there's a video. If you're watching on YouTube, a video you can watch here, and a video you can watch here if you want to see more of my content. If you're watching not on the live stream. So yeah, we'll be talking about the MLB draft, and we'll see you after the break. So thanks and bye.